We've got drive-bys. These kids are, you talk about broken families. No. There's felonies and murders. These kids are dealing with things that you shouldn't deal with until you're in your 20s or ever. And they're 13. How can I make a difference? And so long story short, she decides, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to leave my teaching job at Sepulveda Middle School, and I'm going to do an after-school thing. So the first day, 10 kids shows up. Well, that now balloons until the point where 12 years later, over 1,000 children have been touched by her ministry, which is called Cloud and Fire Ministries. And I know Melody would say, it's not my ministry, it's Lord's ministry. I know that. But give me an overview, Melody. Is that right? Everything I said right?
That's right. Okay, you're on target.
All right, so give me an overview of all the stuff that you do. Because here you are in it's a poor Hispanic neighborhood, and you're making a real difference. And I want to know, beyond the Thanksgiving dinner thing and fall festival you're doing tomorrow out at your location, by the way, directions at cloudandfire.org. Just give me an overview. What's all the stuff you do? You do the after-school special and then other stuff. What?
Well, we do have the tutoring center, and we started with junior high kids, but now we work with all ages, 7 up to 18. And so that's just a place to keep them off the streets. They come in and we have what we call homework triage, and then we do remediation with them, and we also have a lot of fun activities. They're there, I think, doing PlayStation today. And then we've got our performing arts programs where we've got a after-school choir, and every 6 weeks they do a different kind of performing arts exploration, and there's a group of professional people in the industry that help with that and lead workshops in performing arts. So that's really awesome for kids in our neighborhood.
Now my hunch is Malibu Press and Bel Air Press are big time plugged into that.
Yes, and Bel Air Press.
There's a lot of Hollywood media guys that are involved in that. And Hollywood Press, I love that.
Yeah, and they bring their skills and talents and knowledge, and it's just really awesome to see people come from the other side of the tracks into our hood and help young people. So we've got the tutoring center, we've got the performing arts. We've got a program with incarcerated youth that we call True Freedom. And in that program, we bring an anger management course. And this was so that kids would not have to try and get anger management that was mandated by the courts, because they could never get to the classes, and then they were in violation of probation and they would be rearrested. So we're taking the program to them, and we also take the gospel to them in one-on-one mentoring after the class. And what's really great about that program is we are teaching personal responsibility for what you've done wrong, which is so similar to the redemption model. They can be sorry for their errors and for their sins. So
what about those that are young adults that maybe never graduated high school and they want to?
Well, we have a great program for them called Youth Build. And Youth Build is our program where we have a charter school for youth ages 17 to 24 who've dropped out of high school. And many of them are gang members, or they've been on probation, or they've been in trouble, or they're just floundering in school. And they come to us, they come to school with us, but they go to school 1 week, and the following week they go out to one of the best partners in the world, which is Union Rescue Mission's Hope Gardens. And they are renovating Hope Gardens, which is a beautiful facility. I know that you know it.
Oh, yeah.
For homeless women and their children. And our Youth Build students are learning construction, which is a viable skill for them.
Yeah.
Takes them out of the gang lifestyle, and they are building shelters for homeless women and children at the same time.
Your kids at Cloud and Fire Ministries are the work crew out at Hope Gardens for URM?
That is right.
How cool
is
that?
And it's so cool because it saved Hope Gardens hundreds of thousands of dollars to have a free labor source. And it's also given us a construction lab. Last year they did 47 different projects, everything from laying asphalt on the road to demolition to learning how to do framing, drywall, electrical, plumbing, you name it. They have done it. And we just love Hope Gardens. We love all the wonderful people out there, especially Andy Bales has given us a fabulous opportunity.
All right, so with all these job skills, when the construction industry does turn around, you got a lot of guys that have gotten good training and they can get a real job.
That's right.
Okay. So wait a minute, Mel. You're just a wife. Here you are running 1,000 kids that have gone through Cloud and Fire Ministries. You oversee 400 or 500 kids every year, whether it's the after-school program from age 7 on through to those that have, they're 22 and they want to graduate from high school, and you got all that. You got the prison ministry. How are you doing all of this?
I have no idea how I'm doing it. I'm just showing up. And that's the thing is, the Lord said, if you open your mouth, I'll fill it. And that's what I'm doing. I am showing up, and I am just, who will go? And Isaiah said, here am I, send me. And that's all I'm doing, is just saying, Lord, if I show up, show me what to do. And that's why we're called Cloud and Fire Ministries, because it's about following the leading of the Lord one day's journey at a time. And that's what we do. We just look to the Lord to show us how to work with these youth and how to solve some of these problems. But I want to tell you about one of the other exciting programs I didn't touch on. After we had a number of students come through our program and they'd graduated from high school, and we thought, now we're going to lose them.
Right.
We kept trying to plug them into different churches, and we would take them and, kind of church shop with them and show them how to do that. And finally, one of our original students said to us, don't you understand, this is our church? And so, believe it or not, my husband and I were both ordained by the Hispanic pastor that houses our youth center. We shared a space with him, and we planted a church, an inner city church.
What?
So that is one of our programs. We have church on Friday nights. So tonight we have a guest speaker so that we can be here with you.
Really?
Yes, we do.
Oh, how cool. Now, along with Melody's her husband, Pride, I had no clue. Dude, what's up with that? I think that is so awesome.
It's an amazing thing. Like Melody was saying, we really just show up, and we really do view that it is God's work, and all we're doing is just running alongside God doing the work and trying to keep up with Him, and it's absolutely astounding.
So, Melody, you've got now you're pastors. You've got a church. You've got basically a school.
Yes.
I mean, you have a facility. Are you renting a facility? You're going to build a facility? I mean, come on.
We are leasing part of a Hispanic church. We're sharing space with them, and we've been partnering with them for 11 years, since that very first after-school club.
Wow.
But we are outgrowing that space, and we are really praying that the Lord will provide something for us, because right now everything that we do, except for our work with incarcerated youth, is in about 2,200 square feet.
Wow.
And we can't do it. We have almost 100 people a day through that facility.
Wow.
And tomorrow we'll have many, many more than that. And so we need something about 6 times larger than that. Right now, our after-school program can only serve about 35 students at one time.
Okay.
And we could have 100 students every day easily, because the
you're
need is so
basically
great.
one classroom right now.
That's right.
And you need more than that.
That's
All right.
right.
So, and it's not as though this is a pipe dream. I mean, you've got an 11-year track record, and so let's just throw it out there. If you have resources and you want to invest in the kingdom where they are making a real difference, I highly suggest you take a look at Cloud and Fire Ministries, their website, cloudandfire.org, with Melody and Pride Rossi. Quick break, we'll continue, because Mel, when we come back, I want to ask you, okay, what do you need? And I want you to be able to lay that out, plus some success stories. You mentioned earlier a gentleman that was part of the original group that is now coming back and partnering with you guys. I want to hear more about that as well. And by the way, obviously, you can put 2 and 2 together here. If God can do this through Melody Rossi, I think she and her husband Pride would be the first to tell you, He can use almost anyone. And so all you need to do is be available. There's a need at your local grammar school, at your local elementary school. Maybe you paint, you played the piano, maybe you're a baseball player, soccer, lacrosse, fill in the blank. Whatever your skill set is, just take that first step and say, hey, God, here I am, send me, I'm available. How can I make a difference? And then just see what God will do.